Hello, everybody. I am Luciana, the emotional mastery coach. I am a modern day ordained Buddhist priest, and I teach women how to master their emotions using mindfulness. But this video is a little bit different because I actually want to answer a question that I've gotten a couple of times. And the question is, Luciana, what do I do if somebody that I love does not accept my sexual preferences? And the answer that I always say is begin to grieve. And I want to tell you what I mean by that. So stay tuned if you want to hear a little bit about this topic. So before we begin, if you are choosing to live a more conscious life and you want to learn more about spirituality, meditation, and emotional mastery, I will invite you to click on that little bell button and subscribe if you want to be notified of upcoming videos. So I want to explain a little bit of what I mean with the answer of begin grieving or mourning, because I know it sounds a little dark, but I want to tell you what I mean. If you know a little bit about my story, in the past, I used to be married with a man, of course. I have a daughter, but then after that, I realized that I am gay or I am a lesbian and I am dating women. So I have a little bit about my story. I'm going to tag the video here if you want to hear that story. So I can tell you that I have experience with this topic in a personal way and why I share that as the advice. And any time that we have somebody that we care about, it can be a friend, it can be a family member, that has a negative reaction to whoever it is that we are as people. It can be simply the way we look. It can be our preferences, not only sexual preferences, but any type of preference in life, what we want to study, the type of friends we want to have. What we need to understand is that the reason why that person has that strong reaction, it's because there is an emotion that they are feeling, and it's usually a painful emotion. Now, most people right now don't have the tools, or they are unable to reach the tools, or they choose not to use tools to work on their emotions. It's so much easier to blame other people for what it is that we are feeling. So the moment, let's say that you would come to me and say, hey, guess what? I am gay, I am a lesbian, whatever, I am transgender, whatever the situation, and I react in a negative way. It's important to understand that a lot of the times the reaction is not personal. That person at that moment, an emotion of suffering has awakened and they are projecting it on you. So that is something that's important to understand and that I had to work on myself. Whatever other people feel has nothing to do with me. It is their own pain, and it's not my responsibility to save them, to heal it for them, or anything at all. We need to know that if we are constantly trying to save people from their own emotions, it means we believe they are weak and that they cannot manage it. So it's important to know that if I know you're having an emotional reaction, I can choose to be respectful. And it's what I would only encourage people at least to be respectful. But outside of that, it's not my responsibility to make you feel better. And I know this sounds harsh, and this is not necessarily what everybody wants to hear, but I'm being very honest with what helps heal and just what helps you find more peace. Now, if somebody would, well, let's just use the example. If you would go in with somebody, with your mom, with your dad, and you tell them, hey, I am gay, and they become very upset because they have an emotion, and they start yelling at you, they start being abusive towards you, they start treating you bad, that is something that we should never allow. It's very important to set boundaries. It's very important, if you are a minor, to reach out for help, to reach out for support. So I want you to understand the difference between understanding that the reason why they are upset, it's because something inside of them is hurting. But then also setting boundaries to not allow any form of abuse, mental, emotional, or physical. Can you see there is a difference? But let's just say that you go with your parents, you're like, hey, I'm gay. And mom gets very sad and she starts crying for a couple of weeks. Most likely that is happening because she is mourning the expectations that she had of you. So she's going to a mourning process of something is not the way I thought it was going to be. I am deeply disappointed. So now I am going through my process of grieving and mourning what I used to think was going to happen. And that is the reason why I said at the beginning of this video, I would only encourage you to do the same. When mom doesn't react the way you want it to, it's because she's also human and she's dealing with her own emotions. And this can be anybody, a friend, dad, whoever. So give yourself permission to also mourn and grieve the fact they are not reacting the way that I want to. This is not what I expected. I feel deeply disappointed and sad, but it doesn't mean they don't love you. It doesn't mean it's going to be like that forever. In some cases, and very unfortunately, we do have some parents, some family members that actually do completely shut the door to certain people's to certain people, right? To their relationship completely. And if that happens, it's very, very unfortunate and it's very disappointing. And it's the same process. What can we do if somebody's choosing to shut us out of their life? Most likely it is because what they're feeling hurts so much and they're unable to manage it. They'd rather shut you out than deal with it. And it doesn't change anything about you and your worth and who you are and the fact that there's nothing wrong with you. But most likely you will still have to go through your own mourning and grieving process of, I no longer have these people in my life, and it hurts and it's disappointing. And like I said, I know this sounds all like from every aspect, like very sad. You know, it's like we're mourning and we're grieving and we're feeling all of these emotions, but only if you do that can you set yourself free. If somebody chooses to not accept you because of what they feel, because if they're unable to deal with it, whatever, and you hold on to that and make a story out of it and now use that to say, I'm not good enough, no one's gonna love me, I'm always gonna be alone, that is on you. And I know it's hard to hear, but that is on you because nothing about you changes because somebody else is unable to deal with their emotions. You can grieve, you can mourn, and then you can say, but I still deserve to be loved and surround myself with people that do accept me. And then go out there and create the life you want and find those people and find your own acceptance. If you do not love and accept yourself first, you cannot expect other people to love you and accept you. And I'm going to say that again. I had to work hard on that one myself. If you don't love and accept yourself first, you cannot expect others to love and accept you. So regardless of how people around you react to your sexual preferences, you are enough, you are complete, there's nothing wrong with you, you are worthy of love, you are not just your sexual preference. That's like a tiny little part of who you are. So it's important to realize that. Do you have the courage to face the fact that other people, just like you, have the freedom to react to life in the way they want to? And that may mean that maybe you may choose not to have them in your life, or they may choose not to have you in their life. It doesn't change anything about who you are. I hope this is helpful to somebody. I doubted making this video because I wasn't just gonna say something super cute and simple, but I hope this is helpful for somebody and that you know that it is possible to be yourself and accept who you are and love who you want in life and feel complete and feel acceptance for yourself and still have others not understand and you be able to be happy. And then be able to be happy. Maybe they will little by little accept it or choose not to, and it's okay. They'll find their own way and their own happiness. Yes? So if you have anything to share about your journey, if you have any questions or you want to reach out to me, you can find me at the Emotional Mastery Coach on Instagram and Facebook. I really hope this video was helpful, and I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.